A comparison between Infinia Integrator 6.0 and GP2013 R2 copy-paste feature, as was demonstrated in this GPUG seminar on July
Is to
17th.
talk a little bit about GP 2013 R2. And I want to turn off, let's turn off the analytical accounting here for multiple, and we'll leave the single on here for this example. And we'll click close here. So I'm going to open up a spreadsheet here. And some of you may know with Dynamics GP 2013 R2, R2 has a paste feature for pasting a journal entry in from Excel. And basically, if I go look at the GL screen in 2013 R2, you'll see in here there's a new paste feature up here. That's a new button that was added in R2. This allows you to copy and paste a journal entry from Excel into this screen here. But there's quite a few differences between that tool and our tool. So let's see how that works. On the left here, I have a journal entry that was prepared for GP R2 or 2013 R2. On the right is the same journal entry for Integrator 6. What I'm going to do is with R2, the column headings are a little bit different. They want the reference first, then the account number, then the debit and credit, and if you use an AA alias, they want that at the end. Okay, over here to the right, the integrator is a little bit different format. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the first tool here, and we're going to highlight this journal entry. And you notice this journal entry is out of balance. Well, let's click copy. And I'm going to open up R2, and I'm going to go to the journal entry screen. The first thing you have to do is you have to populate and fill in all of the information. So you have to be in Dynamics, and you're going to bring in this journal entry from Excel. And you come down, and you have to be on this row here. When you're on that row, then you go ahead and hit paste, and it'll bring that journal entry in from Excel. Let's see what happens. Go choose paste. Immediately, you start to see things pop up. In this case, it tells you this journal entry, this account number does not allow account entry. This account is inactive, and you're done. Well, are you done? Look at your journal entry. Look what happened. What happened was it did some things here. The first thing it did was it did row 1 correctly. Row 2, it only, you look at this amount here, 77, but if you look in Excel, if I put this side by side here, you can see this was rounded improperly. It should have came in as 78. So the integrator will actually round that properly. This one didn't quite round right. Let's take a look at some more issues here. It brought in 8625 with no account number. That's because that account was inactive. Here's one with 25 with no account number. That's because that account did not allow account entry. There are a few more problems here. Here I had a -1, which obviously was a mistake, but the R2 tool brought it in as a +1, so it just kind of flipped it there. This one I messed up. I brought in a debit and a credit, made that mistake, yeah, but what did the R2 tool do? It actually dropped the debit and just brought a credit in with 1. What did it do with the alias? Here's an invalid alias, Spring222. That does not exist. So what did it do? The R2 tool with this alias, Spring222, it just dropped it. It didn't know what to do with it, so it just dropped it, didn't import it. And finally, the last one here, this is not an AA account. It's just a regular cash account, but I put an alias in by accident. What did R2 tool do? It just dropped it. It didn't validate it and say it was wrong. It just didn't put it in anywhere and didn't do anything. So, and you have an imbalanced journal entry, which you either have to delete or correct here, and there's lots of errors. So I'm going to delete it. Let's see what the integrator does now. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to take that same journal entry, and I want to highlight that journal entry and choose copy, open up the integrator, choose single. Let's fill in my header information here. Put in the correct date. Let's put it in that GPUG batch, and let's see what the the tool does here. I'm just going to do the alias, and let's paste it in. So by pasting it in, the integrator is going to show you all of those errors on the screen and not let you import them to Dynamics. Here you can see it rounded this number properly. Row 4, that account is inactive. Row 5, account entry not allowed. Row 6, you can't have a negative credit, so it tells you that. Row 7, a debit and a credit. Row 8, analytical accounting alias does not exist, Spring 22. And row 9, the geo account is not assigned to an analytical accounting class. So the integrator finds all of those errors for you, doesn't let you import it. It's out of balance. With the R2 tool, not quite there. You're going to have lots of issues there by trying to do that import. So the integrator really gives you a little bit better option there for integrating than the R2 tool.
For more information, visit excelintegrator.com.